Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you about Care and Share. It's an honor. My name is Anita Cromer, and I'm privileged to be the executive director at an amazing organization. Today, I will share with you a bit about our history, some statistics that demonstrate the need in our community, our mission, and services provided. Women United organized Care and Share in 1971. It is a public, nonprofit, faith-based agency which works to help the community by reducing the stigma surrounding food insecurity, working to eradicate hunger. We also have a clothing, linens, and houseware pantry. Care and Share was incorporated in 1974. This organization to date has not had a formal logo to help identify themselves to the public. So we're excited to be official now with our very own logo, which you'll see throughout this presentation. Initially, specific services were offered through various churches and locations. The Cooperatives Ministries Council appointed members to the board of Care and Share for oversight and coordination. They were the source of all the volunteers to provide the services offered. These are some of the locations that they worked out of as they tried to bring all the services to one location. The challenge was having enough space to house everything, especially as they were doing furniture during this time. In 1992, the building adjacent to the First Presbyterian Church was secured. With 1 year of cleaning and reconstruction work, the building was prepared for bringing all operations under one location. President John Fenton was the acting director of the agency at that time until 2006. Initially, they distributed pre-packaged bags of food, which allowed them to do the furniture. I get asked, is there really that much need in Erie County? And why are you located in downtown Sandusky when you serve all of Erie County? I've lived here for 10 years and moved away for 10 and have been back now for another 6. I was taken aback with the following data. Largest city in Erie County and is third to Lorain and Elyria in poverty levels in Ohio. This first map shows the city of Sandusky houses about 63% of Erie County's poverty. These numbers are pre-pandemic, so we anticipate that this may be even worse than what we are seeing here. The dark blue areas identify families living at less than 200% of poverty, which is 43% or greater. That means $5,000. The number of people without vehicles. This is data from 2015 to 2019. The dark brown areas are 13% or greater with no vehicles. We are very fortunate to have the transit system that we do in Erie County. The challenge is there is a limitation of what people can carry on the transit. It is limited to what they can hold on their lap. I know when I go to the grocery store, I have more than a lap full. How about you? Another finding is that a household may have only one car or has a car that is not working and they cannot afford to repair it. The map shows access to food for people living in and around Sandusky. The green dot circled red is Crimus Cardinal grocery store, which closed in December of 2017. The blue dots show convenience store marketplaces like Mickey Mart, Ollie's, which don't offer a complete, healthy array of food choices, but are in walkable distance. The green dots show the locations of major stores like Kroger, Save-A-Lot, but as I just showed you, transportation to these locations is a challenge for many, showing that the city of Sandusky has been a food desert since 2017. This map is just of interest. This shows you the percentage of households without internet access. So much of what we do on a daily basis requires internet access these days. And this was definitely a challenge during the pandemic for children in school. The dark areas are 23% or greater without internet access. is a social determinant to life expectancy. This map shows life expectancy in downtown Sandusky at 72 years. When we compare this to Berlin Heights, they're at 82 years. That's a 10-year difference in life expectancy due to social determinants. This map shows Care and Share is right on target, serving the population that is in greatest need due to ease of access of our location. All of us at one point in our lives have needed help of some kind. The hardest thing is to ask for help. The second hardest thing is finding the resources that can help you out when you are in need, when you're stressed and overwhelmed. In 1954, Maslow conducted a study and created the hierarchy of human needs. It starts with the basics of physiological needs: food, water, sleep. Once we're able to address these, we can focus on safety, security of housing, health, employment. In order for our community to thrive, the basics need to be met to help them elevate, and then hopefully one day they can dream for their lives and their careers and their families in order to sustain and contribute to their community. Mission at Care and Share is to serve qualifying residents of Erie County fairly and with dignity in providing emergency and supplemental food, clothing, linens, and housewares as available. These are our hours of operations for client services, which is separate from donation times so that we can focus on the clients without interruption. Criteria for our services are being a resident of Erie County and meeting the JFS TFAP guidelines, income guidelines. To put it in perspective, income qualifications at 200% or poverty or greater, I ran the numbers at different wage rates. As you can see, $10, $12, $15, and $20 at 40 hours a week and 32 hours a week to demonstrate that a household size of 1 is in poverty as indicated by the numbers in red. The big assumption here is that the individuals are able to work as many hours as I've used in this illustration. Sometimes people can only get 15 to 20 hours a week. They may try to work 2 jobs, but then there's the challenge of transportation, as we saw, and we're not even considering childcare. Service amounts are based on family size. They can visit the Choice Food Pantry once a month and the Clothing Pantry twice a month. We utilize a software from Second Harvest called Fresh Track to register folks for our services. A massive renovation of the building was completed. Care and Share became a choice pantry and discontinued doing furniture to accommodate this change. This is what makes us unique in that we provide individuals with a choice of food like a grocery store versus a prepackaged box. And we set days and times for people to come for service. An area of focus has been to increase personal hygiene items, as this is something that people are not able to purchase with their SNAP card, or what we used to call food stamps. Book to help folks with an idea of what to make with what we have available in the pantry. Many people don't have traditional kitchens like a stove or oven, so we're trying to teach them on options of how to prepare the food with some variety. This is the area where all the magic happens. We sort through all the fabulous and generous donations we receive from our community. And you can see we've got some of our volunteers hard at work here. Have made some simple changes and focused on organization and process to help make the pantry more inviting. This space offers some shopping therapy, somewhere to walk around, look at pretty things, and breathe for a moment. Food, clothing, everything is at zero cost. The stories I could tell you of God at work, or if you prefer, the universe answering a need, are numerous. For instance, I had a young couple in my office looking for a crib for their newborn. We don't carry furniture, and I didn't have anyone on my list of people looking to find a home for furniture, so I couldn't refer them to anyone. But as we were talking, the phone rang, which I answered, and the man on the other end of the line had a crib that he was looking to get to someone in need. Within 15 minutes, he came down, and the young couple loaded a crib into their vehicle. So many times I get a call for a need of an item, and the very next day, that request is fulfilled through a random donation. It's truly amazing and inspiring to me. I'd like to introduce you to my amazing, engaged board. 87% of them volunteer in some capacity on a weekly basis. I am very blessed. We had to close during the pandemic due to the age of our volunteers for their safety. These are pre-pandemic numbers of total people served, 19,888, and this was for the year of 2019. Unduplicated lives impacted for 2019, so that 19,888 people equal 4,919 individual people, meaning that on average, a person used our services 4 times a year. We reopened April of 2021, and the challenge was reaching the folks that need our services to let them know we were open and had not closed for good like many thought. January through March of 21, we did a drive-through box distribution on Meg Street, but found that we were serving a completely different group of people than the ones that frequent Care and Share. This graph shows by month, each different color bar representing a month, unduplicated count of people, then unduplicated count of households, and then the number of people, the number of families and people served food, number of families and people that visited the clothing pantry by month. Graph shows number of people served food by age group. The red line shows total of people served, and we only anticipate this to increase. The jump is due to understanding how to reach our audience. A volunteer went to 40 different locations and posted our flyer. I'm new to Facebook, but realized I did not include all the zip codes to let all of Erie County know we were here for them. And that's why you see the spike there. From an operations standpoint, there are no full-time employees. I am their primary paid employee, part-time, treasurer 3 to 7 hours weekly. We have a job trainee from Goodwill and a pantry coordinator that is funded by a grant, which is temporary unless we get additional funding. Volunteers are 99.7% of the organization and are the ones who actually keep it alive. Our primary food source, Second Harvest Food Bank of Lorraine. We do purchase on a weekly basis from Aldi's, Ollie's, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I have 2 volunteers that go above and beyond to get us personal hygiene items and the basics of spices, oil, flour. We receive a weekly donation from Panera. The last 2 are new resources that we are looking into, and I have reached out to other pantries and food providers to see if they are interested in consolidating our orders to make one pickup rather than each of us running up to Toledo. Second Harvest delivers to us, which is a godsend. The clothing pantry is stocked and overflowing by the generosity of our caring community. So many people held on to things during the whole pandemic just to get it to Care and Share because we do not charge anyone for anything. All of our fabulous volunteers at Lyman Harbor, thanks to Lyman covering all the costs. About 70 people were able to attend out of our 90 volunteers. There is a 501c3. It's an independent agency. meaning we are not funded by local taxes, state or federal government, or any parent agency or organization. We operate on the monetary donations and physical donations from our community, our neighbors and friends, churches, trusts, businesses. We write grants to foundations, businesses, governments, and obviously our volunteers with their time. So how far does a dollar go? These numbers are based on 2019 costs, which we all know are changing rapidly. Even getting access to what we need is changing, as we know the supply chain is facing their own challenges, which is why we are looking for additional food sources. So roughly $7.93 per person, $10,000 roughly covers 1,260 people for a year. When we can alleviate some anxiety and stress by helping people know how they can make ends meet to feed their family and provide them with the tools they need for basic self-care and hygiene, this then allows them, as illustrated by Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, to focus on safety, securing housing, addressing healthcare needs, seeking employment, going to school, and so on, things that we take for granted. Here is the back of the transit bus. We did this to create awareness and to reach the people that need our service, to inform the community that we are here to help our fellow neighbors and friends so that they can let others know. I'd like to thank you for your time and attention, and I would be very happy to answer any questions now.